Okay, you're recording.
Okay. Hi, ladies. Thank you so much for being so patient. Sorry, we're running 7 minutes behind, but I know everyone, so I appreciate your time. So, okay, I hope that if you don't, I hope everyone is on their screen and can see the calendar or have opened it and seen it already, peek through it. It was really important that everybody watched the video that I posted, the 4-minute video of Angela, I think is her name, or Angie, I can't remember. But in watching that video, this whole calendar idea is something that we've been working on for some time now, but I think that seeing Angie or Angela's video really kind of put it into perspective again. The things that I'm going to be talking about are not things that are brand new. They're things that coaches, like top coaches, are doing and have been doing. And the reality is that while this is a business about helping people, this is still a business. And we have to see it as that. And like any great business, we have to have a strategic plan. And so this is what we're going to be talking about, how to strategically plan your month as the coach for your business. 80% of the magic happens in planning. And I'm not saying that just because I'm type A and I plan everything. But you need to know what you're doing in order to know where you're going. And so just from seeing a lot of videos, hearing this over and over and over again, there were 4 main components that we saw that needed to be happening month to month. And the key here in breaking these 4 things down is going to be consistency. So doing them over and over and over again each month. Sure, things happen and things are not going to be perfect every month, but making sure that you're doing these 4 things throughout the month and you're working towards these 4 activities every single month is going to get your business into a flow. And I'll get into the 4 things in a second. But what I want you to remember is that what you're doing is you're building a foundation and building blocks. This is what it's all about. So just to put it a little bit into perspective, so we all know our lovely Anita Myron, right? So back in the day when she wasn't a 15-star diamond and she was a 7-star diamond, she actually was ranked number 10 in the business as a 7-star diamond. And at that time, she had been working the business for 2 years. So almost 23 months. And she said that because of doing this, what we're about to discuss, for 23 months consecutively, month in and month out, that's how she was able to grow her business. And so it's a no-brainer. It is work. So everything we're going to talk about is about putting in a lot of work. But if you are able to do this, then you're going to start seeing very different results in growing your business. So there are 3 things that you're going to be promoting and exposing every month. And those 3 things are going to be a free clean eating group or free group of some sort, a Beachbody challenge, which is what we call the challenge groups, and a coaching opportunity, which is what we're actually doing next week, which is a sneak peek. People do those in very different forms. So just for the sake of clarity, know that a coaching opportunity is our version of a sneak peek. So I'm going to use those words interchangeably. 3 main things that you're going to be promoting and exposing. The 4th piece of the puzzle is something that you're going to be executing, which is training. So 4 pieces throughout the whole month. And so the idea is that one goes into the other and it becomes a cycle, right? That you get to do month after month after month. So we're starting with September because that's where we are now. And it all begins with 2 things, right? So we're starting our very first sneak peek, which is huge and it's so exciting. It's the first one that we've ever done. And thank you so much for everyone who's been promoting. It's very exciting to see all the advertisement out there. So remember to, reach out to those folks and to make sure you're promoting and you want people in there, right? So we're doing the sneak peek, which is we're going to be showing people what we do as coaches. Once we're done with that, we're heading into our challenge group for the month, which begins September 28th. So that means that up until this whole point, right? People have been ideally inviting every single day, have been inviting, not only through call to actions, but personally have been inviting people, right? Reaching out, which will lead to a challenge to you beginning your challenge group at the end of the month. Now, what does that mean? What does it mean to start a challenge group? That could mean, for you, it could mean anything. So I'll use my team as an example. So Team Believes, us 4 ladies, we've decided that we're going to be running our challenge groups together. If Wendy wants to run her own challenge group, or if, Wendy and my sister want to run one together, that's totally your prerogative. That's totally up to you. How you decide to do it is up to you. The point is that it needs to happen, right? So the challenge group that starts on the 28th, for example, Team Believe, my group, we're going to be starting a prep week that week. And then our actual challenge will start October 5th. But maybe in October, right, our challenge group will just start right after the bat without a prep week. It all really depends on where you are with Success Club and how many people you have and how many folks you have ready to start your group. So remember that. But the point is that you're starting a challenge group at the end of the month. And however you decide to do that, that's up to you, right? So we're moving on. Wait, before we move on, sorry. So we have that jumping off and starting on the 28th, right? So everything in bold are the 4 components that we've talked about that I'm going to be talking about. So the first one is a sneak peek. The second one is the new challenge group, right? In between, you guys will see little reminders of the calls to keep in mind. And then you'll also see in black when ideally you should be advertising or doing call to actions for certain things. So in this case, the next call to action is going to be for the free group on September 29th. Please disregard what you see on Sunday the 27th. That's a typo that I have to correct. So disregard that. But the next call to action that you're ideally going to be doing is a free group. So you're probably asking like, okay, what am I supposed to do with a free group? Do not fret, my friends, because our beautiful Rosa is actually compiling a template of what we will be using as a free group. And she will be sharing that with the entire team. So thank you so much, Rosa, for doing that. And Stephanie for doing that. Now, if you want to change it, that is totally up to you. But what's the point of a Facebook, a free cleaning group? Now, I don't know what social media platforms people are using. So I'm going to go based off of what majority of the folks that I know are using. So a lot of people are using Facebook and Instagram, right? Now, these days, a lot of people, at least in my population, are not on Facebook. They're actually more on Instagram. And so one of the big things that we want to do is build our Instagram. And so there's 2 things that you're going to be doing with this free clean eating group or free group, whatever it is. Because I still don't know what it is either, because Rosa has me in suspense. But with this free group, you have a couple things. Number 1, so you're advertising on IG. Oh, free group coming up, whatever it is. Let's say it's a free cleaning group. Woohoo! Add me as a friend on Facebook so that I can add you to the group. So right there, you're not only you're adding people to IG, but you're also adding people to Facebook, right? These are people that are going to be part of your free cleaning group and are going to start seeing your activity as well. The other point is that you want to make sure that this free group is on point. Because what you're doing is that you're exposing them to a little taste of what a Beachbody challenge or a challenge group is. So you want to make sure that you're going 100% and you're doing your very best. During that week of the free clean eating, you're going to be, if it's a free clean eating group, it's mostly going to be recipes, things that you're familiar with, and getting them engaged. It is essential that you keep those folks engaged because let's say people love the word free. You may get 20 people, 15 people that are like, yeah, I want to do this. But remember, out of those 10, 20, 15 people, if you can capture the attention of 3 to 5 people that are going to say, hey, I want to continue this journey for the long term, guess what? That may very well mean Success Club points for you very early off the bat, like in the month, right? So if we move on to October, please. You see that the group will be starting October 5th. Now check this. Check October 3rd. That's the last day for the free clean eating group. Why? Because you need to lead these ladies into meal prepping, a shopping list, and making sure that they're going to be ready on Sunday so that on Monday they're ready to go. Okay, so they start on Monday, they start throughout the whole first week. But what else is happening that first week of the month? Coach basics. And so that's the fourth component, right? Execution that we talked about, that we're going to be doing multiple things at the same time. So making sure organization is going to be key for you at this time. So while we're running a free clean eating group, every month at the beginning of the month, we're going to aim to do a coach basic training. And it's the one that many ladies are doing right now. And it's the one that runs for 12 weeks. Sorry, 12 days. Oh gosh, 12 weeks. For 12 days. Is that right? 7? Yeah, 12 days. Sorry, Saturdays, Sundays or Saturdays not included. And so while that's happening with our coaches, we have people who are in here, right, doing their free thing. Okay, but then what else is happening at the same time this first week? During that first week, we are going to start advertising for the Beachbody Challenge group, right? So the regular groups that we run where people have to buy challenge packs and all of that good stuff. You should be advertising for that at least once a week. Now, the other thing I want you to keep in mind is that we made this calendar, we try to make this calendar so that it's as realistic for where we are in our business, right? I'm going to post a video after our call of how Anita Myron does it. And like, she's intense. She's like super, super, super intense, right? So this is a layout of something like you really should be working towards following, but this is a lot of work. So I'm not here to tell you this is not going to be a lot of work. I'm here to tell you that if you do this, you will reap the benefits. That's what I'm here to tell you. And you'll see from someone like Anita Myron, like it's intense, like she goes in. So so I'll give you a perfect example of one shift. Anita Myron will run up to 2 challenge groups per month, like paid challenge groups per month. Sometimes it takes, me included, it takes some of us the whole month to hit Success Club. So, that's why we're running 1 challenge group per month minimum. And that's why it's set up for the end of the month strategically. So this stuff is not just plastered on there just to be there. It was thought out carefully. So I hope that makes sense for everybody. So we start advertising for the challenge group on the 8th, right? And free clean eating group is coming to an end. And at that time, you're asking those ladies, hey, so what's your plan? What's next? You've had a wonderful experience. You're feeling good. You've been eating well. Now what? Do you want to continue this? So imagine by the 12th, you might have hit Success Club because you had a free group going on that first month of that first week of the month. Okay. But that doesn't mean you stop advertising for that challenge group that's happening at the end of the month. You keep going. And remember, while you're having your free group, your coach basics, and you're doing everything else, basically your call to actions, you're inviting every single day. So remember, key thing about free group, you want to give them a really good experience, right? Because it's a little taste of the better experience they're going to even get in your challenge group, okay? So we continue on to, where are we? Week 2? No, sorry. So week 2, we're still inviting, doing all that good stuff. Week 3. So week 3 is typically where Anita Myron would begin her challenge group. But again, we made it towards the end of the month because we want to make sure that we're working within where we are now as a group. And so at that point, we're doing a sneak peek. And if you notice, so sneak peek starts the 19th. We've already started advertising the week before that on Tuesdays and where's the other one? And Thursday. So the idea is that whatever you're going to be running, you're advertising a week before, right? And so on. I don't know, Karen, am I missing anything? I feel like.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, you're gonna advertise for the sneak peek on the Tuesday and Thursday before the sneak peek, and then the last call would be that Sunday, the 18th, so that when people are ready to join, they join you on the 19th. Another thing that I want you guys to do, and also do it for this month, for our sneak peek starting on Monday, is that you're not only waiting around on people to respond to your sneak peek, right? Because you're going to have to post again this week to make sure that people, because we posted on Wednesday, so the next time you should post is probably on Friday to then post again on Sunday, for this week. However, I don't want you guys to, wait around like, crickets, no one responded. I only got like 20 likes or 25, whatever. You're going to reach out to those people who liked your picture, because sometimes people don't know what to respond, or they're embarrassed, or they don't know what to say. So you want to invite them like, hey, I noticed you like my picture. Are you interested? Or my call to action to the sneak peek. Are you interested in just being a fly in the wall to see what it is that I do in coaching? And also people that you've been talking to in the past about coaching, make sure that you're inviting them. Also, your discount coaches, invite them as well. So make sure that you're not just, depending on that call to action, but that you're actually also connecting with folks, and that you're actually inviting, just like my sister said, you have challenge group call to actions, but you're also inviting. So it's the same scenario.
So it goes for everything as well. You want to be reaching out strategically. Now, this is the beginning. So this is the first time we're doing a calendar like this. This is the first time we're running groups like this. Well, for a couple things. It's the first time that we're trying to get into a cycle and doing things. The more we do it, the easier it'll get. So maybe the less we'll have to reach out, and people will be like, "Oh, I just want to do it." Right? But in the very beginning, it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be labor intensive, right? We're going to have to be reaching out to people, because we are still establishing our, what's the word? Our credibility, right? Something else I wanted to mention. So just to kind of like put it into perspective, you're promoting and exposing two things: a free clean eating group and a beach body challenge, right? Which is the monthly challenge groups. Three things, and the sneak peek or coaching opportunity. You're executing a training. One is supposed to flow into the other. So what does that look like? So you have a free clean eating group, who then these ladies turn into challengers, who then these ladies have such a wonderful experience. They want to know more about being a coach. So they go into a sneak peek, and from a sneak peek, they sign up, and we get them trained. Right? So one deposits into the other. And guess what? While you're doing all of these activities, you have to track this. This is for the part of the business of coaching that people don't like. But if you're out to make this a business and something that you want to be able to do for the rest of your life, then you have to also treat it like a business. And part of that is not only having a strategic plan, but you got to track what you're doing. In our file section in Team Advent, there's also an Excel document to help you track your activity. And again, these are templates. You're more than welcome to recreate them and reappropriate them so that you can use them, so it works for you. I know, my girls, we have one that, we kind of came up together, but we're always, because this is new for us, we're always changing and trying new things, right? And making it into our own. So it doesn't have to be exactly the same. The point of this calendar is so that we are all on the same page month to month. But
say something about the daily activities. As my sister mentioned, there is an Excel sheet that was put together. I think it was by three of us. It was, I think, Anna, you, Mari, and myself. There's 3 different tabs. You can use that. I also uploaded what Scotty Hobbs uses every single day. 10 things that he does every single day, and he's in the Millionaires Club. So you can print that out and you can utilize that. And the other thing that I just posted that I actually grabbed from Saudi that was on Team Eagle is the Power of Three. And that's a very easy document to follow that you can utilize with your, aside from your daily activities, because your daily activities includes following up, inviting, right? So that document is going to assure you that you are going to follow up with all those follow-up people, invite people, present the business opportunity, all of that on a daily basis. So I would suggest that you also print that document out, and it's easy to follow.
The reality is that you have to get organized. This is a monthly view of what you should be doing in your business, but you also need a calendar of what you're going to be doing weekly. You need a calendar of what you're going to be doing daily. So the thing that my sister just mentioned about the follow-ups, the Power of Three, those are things that you need to be doing on a weekly basis, right? So I don't know if you want to buy a planner and stick this in somehow, or if you want to create your own planner by printing these things out. But the reality is that you have to get organized, and you have to see it from these multiple lenses and these multiple views, right? So we're giving you the tools, right? Right here, you have the monthly views. And we're going to continue to tweak this and play around with this. So don't be afraid to give us feedback and say, you know what? This actually didn't work. Maybe we should put the sneak peek at the beginning of the month. Maybe we should do the training at the end of the month. I don't know, right? This is just the beginning of it all. Remember that. We're still starting out. But the point is that A, you have this monthly view. B, there are 4 things in this month that you should be doing. Free group, coach basic training, sneak peek, and a challenge group, because one will flow into the other. It naturally and organically happens. And number 3, you have to get organized. So this is just a monthly view. So make sure that you're planning out you need a daily to-do list. A daily to-do list, and you need a weekly to-do list. If you're not, and when I say track, I'm talking about like legitimately track. You need to know who you're talking to, what you're doing, so that you know that you're making progress. So that I personally can't, as smart as I am, as brilliant as I am, I can't keep it all in here. There's no way. There's too many things happening. So whether that's writing it out for you or putting it in an Excel document, that's up to you. But I'm going to suggest that you take the time, whether that's an entire day, to get your system locked down. And know that it's not going to be perfect, but you're going to continue to work on it. But just get it done. You have to start somewhere. Does anybody have any questions? Or Karen, did you want to add anything else?
No, I think that you covered everything. I think, like my sister said, print this out, so that every day you're coming in here and checking what's going on and us as a group, because you have the weekly calls in here for us. You have the national makeup call. You have a reminder for Team Eagle, Lead Well Legacy call. You have the elite call with Audrey, and also a reminder of the call to actions, when they should start coming up, when you should be last call for sneak peek. I mean, so just pay careful attention to every single day, because if there's writing in here, then you should be paying close attention to it, because something's going on, that the group has put together so that you can grow your business.
And for my ladies who, went to high school, who went to college, I'm sure this resonates with you, right? How did you keep track of all your exams and all your papers and all your deadlines? You needed multiple views. You needed monthly views of what was coming up. You needed weekly views, and you needed daily to-do task and homework assignments that needed to get done. It's the same thing. No one likes to do this, but it has to get done. So I don't want this calendar to just stay there and not be used. This is a calendar that we're all on the same page, right? How we decide to go about it, I would say the coach training and the sneak peek are going to be the things that we're going to be doing together. The free group and the challenge group, that's up to you. And if a couple of you want to get together and do it together, great. If you want to just do your own, great too. But again, the 2 things that we're definitely going to be running all together as a group is the coach basics. Obviously, if you have new coaches in there, and a sneak peek. Those are the two things that we're doing as an entire team advent on a month-to-month basis, and it's all hands on deck kind of thing.
One other thing that I wanted to mention was, you notice that every Thursday we have a call. Before there were Q&As, but I found that not a lot of people came with a lot of questions. So it was just like a chatting kind of call. So we changed it up a little bit. So for example, let me go up here. So this is my sister going over the calendar. Then next week on the 24th, we have the Team Advent Elite call with Audrey. And then the following week, we have Rosa, who's going to tell us all about what she created for the free group, right? She's going to talk to us about that. And then same thing. So every other week we have the Elite call, and then we have another call. Then we have Anna, who's going to be speaking to us about how she grew her following on Instagram, so that you guys can, take some tips from her, and so on and so forth. So the reason I'm saying this is because what I want for Team Admin is that all of you ladies, step up and speak on a call, because that's the only way that you're going to start feeling comfortable. I mean, many of you might not be uncomfortable talking in public. I know I was when I started this business. Even though I was in human resources and I was in front of people all the time, I was still nervous. So practicing is what's going to get you out of that nervousness. So, and also because, the idea is that all of us are leaders here. And as soon as you start to create your own teams, you're going to have to do, recreate this kind of process with them. And you want to create leaders as well. So, I already have ideas in my mind about every single one of you guys, like, oh, she's good at this. Oh, she's good at that. And I'm going to be reaching out. However, if you beat me to it because you want to talk about something to the team that's working for you, then, I also welcome that opportunity. So, I know that we have open the 29th. So if anyone wants to take it without me tapping someone, let me know, and then we'll talk about a topic. Otherwise, I'll be reaching out to some of you.
I want to emphasize that we want feedback as much as possible, because this is a team. So if something isn't working, it might not be working for somebody else. If something's working really well, then we want to know as well. So if anybody has questions or comments or concerns about what they're looking at, please let us know, like whether that's now or in a private message or whatever. Does anybody have questions or anything right now?
Yes, I do. It's Cindy.
Hey.
Hello. So thank you for sharing this. I think this will help get many of us grounded. I know I can speak for myself. So for the Coach Basic Training, let's say it starts October 5th. What if you start someone or you sign on a coach after it started? Does that mean that they fall into the next month's training?
I think yes. Got it?
Yes. So let's say, that this is why you're going to be recruiting regardless, right? And for example, our sneak peek for this month here, so you want to get everyone signed up. 5 days, you're going to be talking to everyone that day, or maybe on Saturday, and hopefully be signing them up, this week. And then they're going to start here. So the idea is that, you're going to have all your coaches going through Coach Basics these first 2 weeks. But if you happen to sign someone, let's say you happen to sign someone on this day, it's okay for you to add them that day. But unfortunately, I think that in the past, as a group, I think everyone can agree with me that we put in, people that signed up after the fact, and it becomes really messy. So we don't want to do it because we don't want to disrupt the group. However, if you feel or anyone else feels that this person is ready to, to roll, and this person is ready to just learn everything there is about coaching, then we all have access, or I'll put it up actually in Team Advent. We all will have access to the Coach Basics training. So you can certainly send them the assignments per day, or you can actually send them the document. I know Melanie Mitchell says that she does that. She takes her document and she shares it. If someone's like, oh my God, it started, I gotta wait till next month. Someone who's like, I wanna like hit the ground running, and that this person doesn't need hand holding, certainly you can share the document, but I don't think that we should put them in, because then we start to kind of mess with, with
flow.
Yeah.
Cindy, I think that brings up another point. Ladies, I think that we need to see this. I want to encourage and highly recommend everyone to see these as deadlines, right? So if you know, like, okay, shoot, there's a Coach Basic training starting up at the beginning of the month, let's get to hustling, just like we have a challenge group that starts at on the 26th. We got to hustle to make sure that everybody is signed up by a certain time and they're getting their package and everything is started, right? I think that, and I can speak from personal experience, I'm very lax about the business, and I'm like, oh, I'll just kind of do it, and as long as I hit successful by the end of the month. But guess what? If I'm always just barely making it, then my business is always just barely making it. And this is why we're establishing these deadlines, so that there's a flow that's going to get created, right? Any other questions? Awesome.
I think.
Yeah.
I just have a comment. I think this is like a roadmap for us, right, to maintain, so we're all on the same page. I agree with that. But just another commentary. I think everyone, all the coaches and all the business leaders here, you need to tweak it and make it your own. Give it your own flavor, right? Make it so you're proud of your business. So if something's not working, tweak it so it does work for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's a roadmap. Some people like to drive in the morning. Some people like to drive at night. It all depends what works for you.
Yeah. And I think the most important thing that I want everyone to get out of this is that there are 4 things that you need to make sure are happening in your business on a monthly basis in some kind of order, in some kind of deadline. Free group, Coach Basic training, a sneak peek, and a challenge group. And guess what? We're making it easy for you, right? We're saying that we're going to host together the sneak peeks, but if you want to do your own, you're more than welcome to. We're saying that we're going to do the free group, not the free group, the Coach Basic training together. But if you want to do your own, then you do your own, right? But we're trying to make this as simplified and easy as possible.
Right, and that includes, all of us and the people in your downline. So anyone who comes in and is ready to roll, and wants to work the business, then you just got to say, okay, I got someone for the Coach Basics, and then you'll put them in there. However, please be advised that if you do have someone going through Coach Basics, it is your responsibility to make sure that that coach is, completing the assignments, because they sign up to be under you, not under anyone else. So what we want is to encourage that bond to be created at the very beginning. What we don't want is for them to see whoever's running the Coach Basics and they're confused, like, wait a minute, where's Elena? You know what I mean? Like, you can't just dump someone and then run, because then that person feels neglected and they feel like, what did I just sign up for? So make sure that if you do have, someone in the Coach Basics training, or in the sneak peek as well, that you are watching to see their activity, and commenting, so that they feel the love, so that they feel that you care, so that they feel that, you're watching after them. Okay. And like Cindy said as well, and my sister mentioned, this is our first trial. So we're going to finish off, September the way it is right now, and then we're going to give it a try in October, just the way everything is laid out. Free group, Coach Basics, then second week of Coach Basics, sneak peek. And then and then we can reconvene, you know, we can talk about it and say, how did it go? How did you guys think it, you know, did it flow well? Do you think we need to change, like my sister said, the sneak peek earlier?
You know what? We may just do that on October the 29th. Maybe that'll be a good time for us to reconvene and see how that went. So instead of having someone speak, we can just have everyone join back in and kind of give their feedback and see what's up.
Yeah, I like that, so that we can see how everything kind of flowed and if everyone was comfortable, or if everyone, you know, if people have suggestions like, let's move this to this week, and then, you know, and then and a lot of coaches say you got to try it and then it doesn't work, and then you got to try it again, and then that doesn't work, and you got to try, and then it works, and you're like, yes, you know. So it might take us 1, 2, 3 months until we get it right, but the idea is that we're trying.
This is exciting. We have some structure, which is great.
Yes, I'm excited.
Thank you so much for your time, ladies. I'm sorry we started and ran over a little bit late, but again, let us know if you have any questions, comments, or feedback or anything like this. But I hope that this is helpful for this month coming up. We know what's coming up next.
Exciting.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Oh, really quickly, I just want to give a quick shout out to Crystal and to Cindy for rank advance Emerald rank.
Yay! Thank you.
Huge milestone. We're very proud of you.
You guys are so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Good night,
No
ladies.
judging.
All right.
Good night.
Okay.
Night, ladies.
Good night.